Lardass, a parody of the Lorax by Dr. Seuss. Written and illustrated by Chris Dolorado? It's a Dolorado. Shut up! I know what I said! At the far end of New York, where the cabbie cabs curse, where you could get mugged by a hobo or worse, and wind up in a party rental limited hearse, is the lane of the livid Lardass. And right by the cabbie cabs, some people tell, if you look hard enough, you can still see it well, where the Lardass once sat, 'cause he was so fat, before somebody outlawed the Lardass to hell. What was the Lardass? Why was he so pissed? Why is it that he does not seem to be missed? From the far end of New York, where the cabbie cabs swear, the old Bloomberg knows, because he was the mayor. You won't see the Bloomberg, 'cause his term is expired. He just stays in his slook slim on top of the empire. He slunks in his slook slim, cold in his office, where he put taxes on sodas with his glee gloogle glofus. And on real loud, obnoxious midnights in August, he peeks out of obscurity, and sometimes he speaks, and tells how the Lardass fled in a rage. He'll tell you, perhaps, on the next frickin' page. Now I'll tell you, he says with his teeth sounding yellow, all about the Lardass, that feisty fat fellow. It all started way back, such a long, long time back. Way back in the days when the fat was still fat, and the chips still had grease, and the drinks were not taxed. And the song of the slobby slobs rang through your ears. One morning I noticed everybody's fat rears. And I first saw the fats, the fatty trans fats. With the lipid-filled lard of the fatty trans fats, they would deep fry everything, even the rats. And under the hot dog stands I saw the red Republicans, spewing out rhetoric in their boo business suits, as they called President Obama a Muslim moot-moot. But those fatty trans fats. All my life I'd been searching for fats such as that. The taste from my taste buds was so tasty and yummy, but it was way too unhealthy to be in everyone's tummy. In no time at all, I had made a small law to outlaw trans fats. It was without a flaw. And with my liberal agenda and great hippie hop, I took away the trans fats and taxed all the pop. Then, in an instant, I heard a gazag. I looked, and I saw him emerge from a potato chip bag. Out of the snack I had confiscated was an overstuffed crock. Describe him? Okay, but you're in for a shock. He was fattish and greenish and meanish and slouchy, and barked in a voice that was grumpy and grouchy. "Hey, jackass!" he said with a real sour spat. "I am the Lardass. I speak for the fats. I speak for the fats have no mouth, and let's face it, most of them come from the South." He was very enraged as he started to spat. "What the hell have you done to my fatty trans fats?" "Look here," I said, "I did you a favor. I'm making things healthy by taking away all the flavor. I'm being a hero. I give the people a voice by taking away their power of choice. No more fats, no more junk, and the soda's expensive. I don't really care if they think it's offensive." The Lardass said, "Sir, what are you, nuts? If the people choose to be fat, then let them fill up their guts." "I repeat," cried the Lardass, "I speak for the fats." "I'm busy," I told him. "No fats, and that's that." So I spent the next week promoting my cause and making ridiculous taxes and laws. I banned all the sugar, I banned all the salt. Don't blame yourself, it's the snack company's fault. I was making progress twice as fast as before, and the Lardass, he didn't show up anymore. But at the end of the week, he knocked on my door. He yelled, "I am the Lardass who speaks for the fats, which you have been ruining with your laws and your tax. But I'm also in charge of the red Republicans, who spewed out rhetoric in their boo business suits and called the president a Muslim moot-moot. Now, thanks to your stupid idea, they're calling New York the new North Korea. And the dumb Republicans are all getting mad, because they are all crazy, which is funny but sad. They loved living here, but I can't let them stay. They need to blame someone, so they've all gone away. Well, to be honest, I never liked them anyway. I don't like them either, but a rule is a rule, even if others think that it's cruel, and even if they take me for a fool. So I focused on fats instead of doing my job. I ignored more important things to keep bashing the slobs. Then again he came back as the wankies were pitching. That livid old Lardass came back with more bitching. I am the Lardass. I speak for the Bets, who are the worst team in Blaffleball. But I digress. Bloomberg! He snarled with a sinister smirk. Bloomberg, you lousy liberal jerk! My poor slobby slobs, why, they can't sing a note! No one can sing with kale in their throat! And so, said the Lardass, please pardon my cough, they cannot live here, so I told them to piss off. They're off to Transfatylvania, land of fat and grease. Their diet and lack of exercise make them all obese. They may have to fly for a week or a year to get away from the health crap you promote around here. And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lardass. Now listen up, Dad. All you do is yap yap and say fat, 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 fat. Well, I am the mayor and I'm telling you I intend to ban all this fattening goo. So don't you even sit down and try and relax, because I intend to tax, and tax, and tax, and tax. Getting rid of more fats, and I will not rest. Do not question me, I know what is best. The Lardass just scowled and gave me a glare. Just gave me a very mad, angry glare, as he lifted himself up by his underwear. And I'll never forget the look in his eyes when he got in his chopper and took to the skies, as I was suddenly craving a burger and fries. All that the Lardass left here was a bill that contains only one word written on it, until. Whatever that means, you'll have to ask Dr. Phil. But now, says the Bloomberg, now that you're here, the word of the Lardass seems perfectly clear. Until someone like you lets us eat what we want, nothing will taste good, nothing will not. The end. If you enjoyed this stupid story, then please waste your hard-earned American dollars on buying a hard copy of this magical tale in paperback. Available on Lulu.com. The links will be in the description. Also, feel free to buy my other book, Transfatylvania, an educational guide. Because remember, kiddies, reading is fundamental. Or you could just use the damn thing as a coaster. I don't give a rat's ass, as long as I got your money. Now piss off.